Hello, this is Pal from Ranquiz, and today's video is on the evergreen topic in SEO world. Of course, the evergreen topic is rules of successful SEO. 3 rules of successful SEO, or how to rank with confidence. Of course, there are more than 3 rules for successful SEO, but in this video, I'm gonna go through the ones that I believe that constantly being overlooked while getting more and more important for nowadays SEO. As an example, as a use case, I will show my blog network I built with our service with Ranquiz, and it is on the local electrical services blog network. It consists of 5 PBN blogs, 650 Web2 blogs, and 1,000 Web2 blogs on the tier 3. I build the content on 3 topics, 30 topics. It is mostly combined of the services keywords of the services the company that and for this use case provided. It's like heated floors or interior lighting and some others with combination of geolocation. It's Toronto and a couple of smaller towns around Toronto. And I set up keywords in Rank Tracker to monitor the progress of the campaign. It's about 6 weeks old campaign, and you can see the results of this is the project setup in Ranquiz, and there are several client sites. And they have more than one, and those are networks that I mentioned. So you can see that 5 PBNs, a little bit over 600 at this moment, a little bit over 600 alive Web2 blogs on the tier 2, and tier 3 a little bit less than 1,000 blogs. If I go to Rank Tracker, and this is where you can see this is how we can judge how successful the campaign is. You can see that out of 72 tracking keywords, about 17 keywords on the first page, and about 60, that is just majority of the keywords within the first 100. And again, so I just want to emphasize that I'm not showing ranking of the client side, the main side. This is the ranking across all the blocks on the network. So if I go to, let's say I'll just show all keywords. You can see that pretty much for every keyword there are like a dozen to 2 dozen blogs that are ranking for the specific keyword. Let's say for this one, it's like 29 blogs. So you can see that like there's like 2 pages of blogs that are ranking for the specific keywords in different position. Like there are first page positions, there are like a lot. Another one with positions, you can see that as high as 4, 5, 3. That would be interesting to see. So so basically there are like a lot of blogs that are ranking for the all keywords that I was targeted with the content, and then just monitor with the Rank Tracker. So if I go to some of the keywords, let's say interior lighting, Mississauga, and as I said, so it is of course it's a very local keywords, but that's real keywords for the actual keywords for the specific service, and this is where they see the competition. And let's scroll down. I can see by URLs where it is Web2, and I know my PBNs by URL. You can see that number 2 is WordPress.com, down blog.com. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's my PBN, the same, 5, 6. Out of 10, 6 position on the first page. 1, 2, 3, 3 in the top of the second page, and so on. And again, so like interior lighting Mississauga, you can see that some of the it's probably it's not the highest volume keyword, but this is actually what a lot of local businesses are looking for. Let's say another one, heated floors Mississauga. So this is real business, warm up, radiant floor heating, and a little bit down after the several businesses on the there's a Web2 blogs that rank in for the same keyword, WordPress.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blogs on the first page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Kijiji. That's actually a company that advertises a lot over Toronto, over the radio. 6 or 7. So that push down the real company that you can see that the page is pretty much optimized for the same keyword, Mississauga radiant heating. This is floor heating. That's third page. You can see that there's a mix of local businesses appearing in between that, while the most of the search results populated with the Web2s and my PBNs. Ceiling lights, Oakville. So there are Kijiji, Amazon, and down on the first page, 1, 2, 3, 4. The second page, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So you can see that I just there's enough results. I have a couple of more searches that pretty much showing the same. Oh, that one is good. Mississauga custom lighting. You can see right from the very beginning, like second page, second position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 position out of 10. So down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically there are a lot of ranking for those keywords, the all ranking is done within this blog network. For most of it is a use case to show that, to see how to do local ranking on the big scale. And but as I said, so this is real company for the providing electrical services in Toronto. If you ask why would I care to rank so many blogs for those keywords rather than focusing on ranking the client, and this is the part of the strategy, so that this is the client side promotion strategy. So if you look at the again rank tracker, and you can see that there's so many blogs are ranking for these specific keywords. So this is a little bit of reverse approach. Rather than doing keywords research or just doing, like, it's really hard to do keyword research on the local keywords. Like, they all come up with a Google keyword planner as 0 or very little volume. So this is actual real data from Google Keyword Planner, and they all show local and they all show 0 volume, while it's not actual 0, and especially consider this is a Canadian traffic, but it's like low volume. So it's just low volume. It means just even if they capture some things, that it will be just very very different from actual traffic you might get from them. So instead of just doing and trying to guess what keywords you want to promote the client, so typical client comes to you and says that they looking for 1 or 2 competitors that are ranking for, let's say, a high volume keyword, and instead of doing the trying to promote the site that might take months for this high volume keyword, you can rank them for dozens and might be even hundreds of low competitor keywords, targeting the same niche, same type of potential user who's just searching for this type of services. So the promotional strategy is to create a lot of targeted content and promote lots of blogs. And once network has decent ranking on a term, let's say the one I was showing, interior lighting, so like all of a sudden, so we have 20 blogs ranking for interior lighting Mississauga. And again, the premise is that the idea is that the best indication of the authority for this specific keyword is appearance on the search ranking. So once we have enough blog pool ranking for this specific keyword, once blog has decent ranking on a term, we create a targeted page on the client side for this specific term. So like now we have interior lighting Mississauga, and if you have a contract with the typical local services, they have very few pages that you can send backlinks to, like homepage, services page. So it's much better to create new content on the site and try like target it for the keywords you want to rank for, but instead of just create it up front and then put your effort trying to rank. So with this approach, so I create network and I see the terms that are ranking decent, have a decent ranking on the search results, and then I create the page on the client side and backlink specifically from blogs ranking for the same specific term. So okay, imagine if you just whatever keyword you're trying to rank for your site, and you look at the search results and you have pages appearing to the first and second and third pages for this specific term. Imagine if you had backlinks from these URLs pointing to your class. It definitely will be just a lot of boost to your site. So with this approach, it's reversed. First, we create a lot of local keywords or keywords you potentially might be looking to rank for. Then you just rank your blog network on those keywords, and once they have decent number of sites ranking, so we create a page on the client side and start backlinking from these blogs. And then we use Silo on the client side to pass authority from this relatively low volume targeted page to the high volume targeted page. Let's say if we do interior lighting Mississauga, which is a small town, so we might do like interior lighting page on the site through the silo. That will be more of the targeted the bigger service area like Toronto and other cities, or even might be to the homepage. So basically with this approach we might end up with 100 pages URLs ranking for different keywords on the client sites, and through the silo send the authority to the homepage and help it to rank for the high volume keywords. So, and this is the idea, this strategy, this is the results you can see. So, and now back to the topic, three overlooked rules of successful SEO. And number one is a laser targeted content. If you followed latest tutorials and courses that are preaching authority of expired domains, PBNs, and so you probably just have shifted focus toward domains, toward authority, and it's always ends finishes last with the suggestion to post somewhat decent content on this topic. So of course everyone knows that the kind of as a phrase that, oh yeah, you need to post targeted content, but nobody does, like pretty much nobody does. And like I see it from our experience working with rank quiz clients. Everyone comes with the mentality of posting, selecting somewhat generic content, and even worse, to spoon this content and post it over the 100 blogs. So like nobody cares about how targeted the content is. So again, rule number one, laser targeted content. So no, look, this is where I put it in two columns. No generic content. So if you expect, you cannot, this I put it down below, you cannot expect generic dentist content to rank for very specific keywords. For example, Toronto orthodontist clinic. So if it is generic content in the past, we used to rank generic content with the power of the backlinks that were using anchors that are more specific. So like, I mean, I post dentist content, and I use backlinks for Toronto Orthodontics Clinic, and it was ranked like less and less. It still works, but less and less Google takes the power from the anchor and puts the value into the context, or like in other words, content of the page. So no generic content. Even worse, no getting one or two generic page content articles and spin them, because it's even worse. Like, you can't expect this to have a decent ranking. So what's in the yes column is tailored content. So if you looking to rank, it's in my case, I'm looking to rank promote 30 topics. Like in RankWiz, we call them topics. So we create every page specifically tailored for this specific content. So think if you're a Google bot and you come to your page and you can see, and you target it to, let's say you want this page to rank for Toronto Orthodontist Clinic, and you as a bot, search engine bot, see from the content that it is specifically Toronto Orthodontist Dentist Clinic. If it is just generic dentist article, so how relevant it is to Toronto Orthodontist or Toronto Orthodontics Clinic? It should be tailored content, and one content should be created from one single topic, not mashup of topics. So the next stuff is very important, is newsworthy content. Google pays more and more attention of content that is timely important, so that the best thing we can do is to grab the content at the moment of posting that is important in the Google eyes. It's just it could be social repostings, it could be news feed, it could be press releases, and I know that some of them you will tell that, okay, how about duplicate content? Well, you either like there's no danger of syndication of the content. So like, yeah, like I personally always use attribution links so that it's recommended by Google, and it's worked wonder. Some people just don't really want to link back to the source, so you can turn off attribution links. So, but you don't need to worry about putting the content that Google's seen somewhere else on the site. So of course, some people just go to extreme side. There's no duplicate penalty content. Like, I mean, there's no penalty, but it's hard to rank the content that exact dupe. So it's like pretty much impossible to rank content that is just exact dupe. But mix of the content in the pretty big chunks, like say paragraph that's coming from the news, paragraph that's coming from the social, and quotes that is just newsworthy. Like if you add something that is just new, like something from the news feed into content you're posting at the moment when it just selected from by Google in the news feed, that will be extremely important to show that this is actual real up-to-date content. So this is for laser targeted content again. So forget about like those who just tell you that like you only can rank manual handwritten content, and you buying like by $3 in the marketplaces content which is like a million times rehashed to another article on the dentist content. So make sure that the content is tailored for the specific keyword you want to rank it, not for to the niche. So the rule number 2, backlinking. And again, so like that's probably not new for anyone, and like everyone's like, of course I know that I need to do backlinking, but number one, pretty much nobody does. Like, and again, I'm talking about the big numbers, like just working with users and see the pattern. Like, I mean, everyone think that it's just okay, backlinking is done. It's important, but and again, backlinking has a little bit of bad connotation, context, but this is the pretty much still major way of building authority to the page. So just sending links from other pages. So if I look, let me pull up the diagram. And again, nothing major, so I'm pretty sure you know that, but like just to overview that this is the money site and you have tier 1 properties and you post the links to the to your money site. Nobody argues with that. This is the reason why people do PBNs, this or posting links from other high authority properties. But when it comes to the more advanced, it's not really advanced, but the next level of scenario of sending links from the second tier, there are a lot of debates that is just whether it's worth good or not. If you believe that sending a link from the high authority property will just give you a boost to your money site, exactly to the same extent, sending link from the decent authority site or blog or page to your tier 1 will boost authority of this tier 1 blog, and as a result will boost authority, sending authority sent over to your money site. So of course you care more about tier 1 because this is the sites, if they rapidly lose authority or be in the index and all stuff, they directly affect your money site. It will be in less proportion from your tier 1, tier 2. So the same, so like of course that's you can cascade it to the another level. So let's say tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So you build authority of your site by building authority of your tier 1 site, and as a result, a building authority of your tier 2 and so on. Here I compiled a kind of different scenarios of building backlinks. Just the bad scenario is just no backlinking. So no backlinking whatsoever. So you build a link, and you can see this on forums. You can see this. I can see this in the other forum of Facebook groups, like typical comment. Oh, I built 5 PBN links back in August and I still don't see movement. So like somehow that people get into the impression that just like simply putting a link on a PBN, which is like not always a good quality, even if it's just high authority expired domain, just will on its own give the tremendous difference or make a tremendous difference in your rank, and it's not. So it might, if it's just very low competitive keywords, it might, but it's not predictable. So if you put a link to your PBN, you need to make sure that you continue working to boost the authority of the pages where where your links are coming to your money site. So that's bad. Almost as bad is a low quality blasts. This is like, blast as so this is come from the time of Xrammer. What is other one is the comments blasting. So it's always as bad, exactly for the reason that if you want to boost authority of your tier 1, so you need to make sure that links are coming from somewhat decent authority properties as well. So link nowadays can be a merit, can be could be benefit your site, could have a neutral effect, could damage your site. So like if you have a blast of links from the low quality sites, most likely the combined effect will be not positive. Let's put it this way. This would be like the neutral or like a negative. So it might like if you know what you do, if you know where to auto blast, if you know that, so you definitely can use it wisely. But just by itself, just low quality blast is almost as bad as no backlinking. So good is continuous backlinking from authority properties. This is what I showed on the diagram. So once we posted our link to the site, so we stopped. We not continue posting in tier 1, but we continue backlinking from tier 2, tier 3. This is where our SEO works is. So we monitor tier 1 and continue doing backlinks from the lower tiers. And the next one will be the best, good as continuous backlinking. Best is targeted backlinking. So when you backlink from the non-random page, even if it is good authority page, but from the page that has similar topic content. So if you want to do heated floors in Toronto, page to be backlinked, so it would be nice to have it backlink from the content content that is on the same topic. And this is the diagram. So this is how it's implemented in RunQuiz. We have tier 1 and we have tier 2, and we use so-called content meal where we create the content, and I use exaggerated simple set of topics, soccer, hockey, volleyball, yoga, different sports. So when we set up posting, we post content on a tier 1 and a tier 2, and when we build backlinks, we make sure that like RunQuiz enforces two backlinks to the page that on the content of volleyball comes from the low tier pages built on the content in volleyball. And again, so remember that Google uses less and less of anchor and uses more and more context. So if you want to give the boost to the page, yoga page, so you better make sure that it comes from the page that is on somewhat topic of yoga. Somewhat, it's very subjective. So if you want it to be like on the orthodontist, Toronto orthodontist clinic, so you might end up somewhat could be just stretched from the dentist, and that will be somewhat related, but it's better, like it would be much better if it's going to the same specific of the topic where the backlink is coming from. And the extra point to the scenario that is best is backlinking and ranking URLs. It's once we have, let's say, like I have my example 600 blogs, and let me see, you can see this is the 600 blogs, and there are like 450 URLs post ranking in Google. So the scenario like the extra scenario is that when in addition to random backlinking from the similar topic pages, so we specifically backlink URLs that are ranking to giving them extra boost. So it will be this scenario, so that we set up the first tier and the second tier, we'll post the content on the same topics, and we set up rank tracker, soccer, hockey, volleyball, and yoga. And once URLs start ranking, and because RunQuiz rank tracker monitors position up to 500 plus, so that is just the minute it enters, like the date enters the search result, you can set up the content, the campaign, you can set up the automation to send backlinks, to send those ranking pages down to second tier to backlink. And this is exactly how I use this campaign. Once I build the initial post to this PBN and Web2 blogs, I stopped posting. I don't post them any longer, so that they now are very valuable asset to me to lose. And I continue backlinking those two from the lower tier 3. And if I go to settings of the PBN network, you can see that this is PBN where I have 5 blogs. And if I go to settings, I have set up so-called automation data pipe that is based on the SERP monitor, sends URL plus anchor down to the low tier campaigns. And this is completely automated. So once you have 10 posts ranking, it will be sent like overnight 10 posts for backlinking. Now when I have close to 500, like all 500 will be picked up and sent for backlinking. So this is the rule, and again, so this is rule number 2, backlinking. And it's not backlinking, but it should be high quality backlinking, the targeted backlinking, and then you will see the much better results for your campaigns. And the number 3 rule is visitors and search traffic. This is not a new idea, so it's been proven over time. There are a lot of solutions that are targeting this. Let's say if I go to like you might seen this crowdsearch.me, that are just manual crowd searching that get users to search each other blogs, and once the old search engine, the Bing is officially confirmed that they do count on click-through rate, and there are a lot of evidence to show that Google does the same. So once there is a click-through rate to the through the search engine, and visitors stays on the site for like long enough, so this gives, and this is proving that gives a boost to the ranking of the specific blog. So like if I go, like you probably know this panda.net, so I need to close because it's going to be another play. So it's pretty much, it's kind of automated attempt to do this the same and automated way. Like if you go to micro workers, you'll see a lot of orders where people place to search, manually search and click through. So and again, so it's just all to show that this is a new, not a new idea, but it's now implemented in the Bronc quiz as well. So the rule for like I split them into visitor traffic and search traffic, because visitor traffic is also important. So I am a strong believer, and for a long time believer, that one of the easiest way to see whether links is spammy or not is to track if visitors coming through this link, through this incoming link. In my opinion, this is the only reason why infographics become so popular, because technically it's just a image, it's just another image, but they work like a charm, and it's been like years and years since infographics are working and used by everyone. Why? Because a lot of traffic coming through this infographics, and it gives the boost to the, like otherwise image link is not a good quality link, so there's no anchor, but because it boosted by so many people coming through this link, so it just gives a lot of value to the specific link. The way we implemented visitor traffic in Bronco is that once you have posted URLs, so we simulate traffic from thousands of private proxies that visit this page directly, stay for 30-60 seconds and click to another page. So this approach will not work for PBN because you're just trying to hide it. You obviously don't install the Google Analytics because there's no way to grab this traffic. But we work with the Web 2 blogs, like pretty much like with a few exceptions, all Web 2 blogs using Google Analytics. So first of all, Web 2 blogs are using their own stats to see that whether those accounts created are popular or not. So they, like, I mean, there's no proof of that, but like it's common sense. They do monitor traffic going to different accounts, and Google Analytics installs. First, that will help with the ranking, because Google Analytics is the page, the visitor coming to the page, and a second, it boosts the time the person that bought stays on the page. So it's basically this is how we implemented this. For the lower tier URLs, so-called push submission, it's even more interesting because we have a link to URL posted with the link that come a link into the upper tier. Like, I mean, if it's a second tier and we send this URL to the lower tier, so now we have two link, the post URL and the link to the upper tier. Our bot visits page, stays for the 30-60 seconds, and click to the upper tier link and visits upper tier site. And again, so all of this goes to the visitor traffic and works with the sites that have Google Analytics installed. Search traffic. So this is more of the idea that implemented by other services, but we implemented on the we implemented it completely automated and in a large scale. So we have ranking. Once we have ranking URL, so we simulate traffic from thousands of private proxies, searching for the ranking phrase, find like the bot searches for ranking phrase, finds ranking page, clicks through, stays for 30-60 seconds and go to the second page. For the blogs, well, until they're ranking, so we do search for the blog URL, directly URL, and click through. So it's not, there's no evidence that this itself will improve the ranking of the blog, but it definitely gives heads up to Google so that blogs exist and they're like little the clicks are going through. So it's another way of notifying Google to the for the new blogs created. So I have a Clicky account set up, and this is the one of my PBN blogs that you can see stats as of today. So there are like 72 visitors as of today on the page, and you can see they kind of come and spike. And there are searches, and those are exactly, if you notice, those are exactly searches that I showed you where those blogs are dominating the market. If I go to more of the searches, so you can see that our system searches for all of the keywords that blogs are ranking, goes, clicks through, and stays 20, 30, 40 seconds on the comment, and most of the, you can see that most of that is average 2 actions. So if I go to the overview of accounts, you can see that it's exactly the same for others, and those are blogs that are ranking. Let's say I go to this specific, it says searches, this is keywords. If I go to engines, you can see that majority of the searches went through the Bing, only a few Google, and it's again, it depends on the on the ranking of this blog in search engines. While if I'll go, let's say, to this one that receives today 38 visitors, and I do searches, you can see that primarily our Google searches are average time about a minute. So all of these are now available. So I'm familiar with all other services that implement this, and that's time consuming. So you have to really track URL, ranking URL, keywords. Is basically just is pretty much unscalable to the level of hundreds of blogs. With RankQuiz, you can now with one click enable this search and visitors traffic and give a tremendous boost to your ranking of your properties. And of course you have an option to enable or not if you don't see that this is beneficial to your if I go to the last slide, it will be how to activate visitors and search traffic. So you go to network settings page and activate separately visitors and search traffic. And in order to have the search traffic working, you need to set up rank tracker to collect ranking data. So of course, visitors traffic will come right after we post it, URL, and will be after the because we do large volume skills, we can't continue sending traffic them forever. But for the 7 days, several times a day, there will be a visitor, quote unquote, visitors coming to the page and clicks through and goes to the upper level. And you need to set up rank tracker to collect ranking data and to enable search tracker. If I go to the settings page, well, it's you will see that on the network settings page. Yeah, actually I noticed that it's not yet online, but it's going to be later. Network settings, and you will see the visitors traffic and search traffic. Here we go. So I had to stop the video to see this, to show this in action. So on the network side in settings, so you have two options now: traffic simulation and search simulation, and you can enable them or disable. If you don't, by default it's disabled if you don't see that it's beneficial to your campaign. and of course you need to set up Rank Tracker to see the search simulation working. This feature is enabled to all Pro Plus, Pro and Agency accounts users, so it's not available for Pro Wizard users. And if you are interested in this, like I suggest to upgrade and see this in action. Thank you for watching, and thank you for using RankWiz.